Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here chilling on top of Dalan's wonderful pond, on top of his pawn shop, and we're overlooking spawn, and you might notice something a little bit new. Even though it's only the second episode, hey, we still working on things. So if we hop on down here, I am trying to implement paths. The goal is to kind of get it to look like this little sample Alyssa built. It wasn't even meant to be a sample. She kind of just wanted to build a garden, and so she built a garden, and then I was like, hey, we can make spawn like this, and so that's what I'm trying to do right now. It's a bit trickier than I imagined. I really like this look, and I think one of the reasons I liked this look originally, was because of the clean look it had. It's very crisp, it's very organized, and I noticed that wasn't really going to work with spawn. We didn't really build our buildings into crisp lines and stuff, and honestly, who cares, right? I mean, like, let me rephrase that. Honestly, I feel like a more natural spawn that kind of grows and doesn't have straight lines, if you can pull it off, looks better than maybe something more traditional like that, where we would have lots and all that stuff. I love the creativity this gives, you know, other people for the spawn. Like, hey, you want to build a building there? Hey, whatever you want. You need space, you don't need space, whatever you want. And like, we got lines like this, but I mean, they're not really lines. It's more like a diagonal, and well, I guess a diagonal's a line. But anyway, I'm trying to implement these paths. I honestly liking them a lot. Not for the same reasons though. I'm finding it hard to put in these arches. Like, I'm not, like, a lot of the areas, they're very curved because, you know, natural buildings spawn and stuff, so it's gonna happen. And so really, like, where do you put an arch here, you know? It's like you could try to do some diagonal deal, or like right there, but like most of the times when it straightens out, like right here, it's right in front of a shop, and so that makes it a bit tricky. But honestly, I think it's working quite well, and I'll continue to work on it. I like the arches. I haven't yet implemented those little bushy thingies. I use my Optifine zoom here, with the stone and then the little thingy there. Fence post, come on. And then the leaf block. I'm almost wondering if we try to do... Hey, it's Josh. Hey, Josh. I'm thinking about maybe trying to alternate between like leaves and glowstone, because it'd be really nice to have, you know, some light in the spawn, because a lot of our doors aren't really doors and stuff, and so they can get in. And then like these patches of fountains and flowers and stuff, they'll be pretty easy to implement, like even if like kind of to the side of the pathway, or even just kind of around and just kind of fill up the empty space, and then if someone wants to build, they can kind of just take shears and get it down. It's night. We'll come back later, and hopefully I've thought of another project we can do. See you guys soon. Alright, we are back at the spawn here, and I've just slowly started to implement these fountains and flower beds around the spawn, you know, just, you know, making the progress, slowly but surely, you know, melting the ice. I really wish I was better at water stuff, but I found that melting the ice works really well for, like, being able to not update the water. So as long as you don't, like, place another block by it or whatever, should be fine. But I noticed I haven't really shown you past the spawn yet, and it's kind of funny because you're like, duh, it's only the second episode, but man, after playing so long on the server, you kind of just used to the way the server is. Also, we have a couple progress. Was that there last time we built? I think it was. And then I believe Luke is making an enchanting shop. He's the same guy who made the chest over there. I believe I showed you the first episode during the spawn tour. Just making basically the shop will be in the shape of an crafting table. And so, like, all the little stuffs. Enchanting, jeez, okay. So it looks like he's got some enchanting stations set up. That's nice, because we don't have a whole lot of enchanting stations set up, and hey, it'll probably look really great. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the Nether Hub. Nether Hub was quite the process for us building it, because I kind of had this vision, and it turned out really well. And it was really quite fun to work on, now that I'm looking back on it. That kind of makes sense. Let me show you it. I really liked how it turned out, and we're not done yet, so welcome to the Nether Hub. So the idea is we have 3. Let's get away from this nether portal so we don't hear the sound so loud. The idea, holy cow, this sounds freaking loud, man. There we go, much better. Okay, so the idea here was to do 3 levels, all made out of wood. The first being the lightest, the top being the dark. So it's birch, oak, and I believe that is dark oak. Yeah, that's not spruce, that's dark oak. And then the idea is we have this circular shape with portals on, you know, like the 4 corners. Obviously it's the circle, but in Minecraft you really do have 4 corners, and then the diagonal corners kind of dealio. And then these little spiral paths we wanted to do originally like a twirl spin in a circle, and then it all slowly merges in. But we figured out that we did not have enough space, and so the way we got these circles was actually quite interesting. Like, I already just spoiled it because I said circles. The way we got these like little twisties, so they're basically circle is here, I think from this block, and then it's a circle, and then from this block it's a circle, and then it connects. But like making these diagonal circles, like they probably, to me they look good. Hopefully to you they look good too. But to get them was really interesting because we had to like invert the block. So we did it without the corners, and it was tough. But the creative side was, it was really interesting. Like open up GIMP and lower the resolution way much, and it's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll have to do another build where we go into like some GIMP stuff. Not really tool assisted because that would be like in the program, but I guess it's kind of tool assisted. Interesting. Anyway, I guess I can just go on to show you the base I've got going on here. So the idea is you color this unstained clay. When you decide, you know, I'm gonna take this like little gate, I guess, then you decide, okay, you know, I'm gonna color mine orange or green or whatever. So you'll dig up all the clay, unstained clay, stain it, and then put it back, and so that way we'll have like this kind of like rainbow going in, and then we'll have a sign here. This is my little gate. There's got to be better terminology for this. Not really portal to a portal. Bleh. Anyhow, there are a lot of pigmen here. Basically, I have all my horses stayed here. Kadak man, he the best man. Nice little horse stables. I'll have to show you how to do these. I have another one I saved. I didn't build the ones downstairs yet, so I could build those on camera. I haven't really explained the death games either, dang it. Death games, basically the same thing as... I'll explain in a later episode. Don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. Nice Minecraft rail here if we want to take that, or if we want to take the horses. I've set up a cute little nether petting zoo. Be careful, you know. Look at this. Little slimes, dungeon slime, Clyde Blinky, Squishy. One mad little grunt, and then you can click this on. I can't really hear it, can you? It's like a little heartbeat type dealio. That's kind of cool, although it hurts with good headphones because the bass, man, is spacey. I don't know what I'm going to do with really this side. I just kind of left it there so it would be symmetrical. I guess we could just fill it in with more like these slots, which I'll explain later. I'll build that later with you, probably this episode, we might as well. But let's go ahead and extend the tour, since we're already touring, onto my base. Welcome to my base. Let's talk about this. Are you going to answer me? I totally missed these signs on the wall. What is at the beginning of eternity? The end of time. Wait, what is at the... Okay, I think we read per sign. What is the beginning of eternity, the end of time, and the beginning of every ending? Tell me your answer, also no Google. From the Dark Old Dreamer. I've never been good at riddles. Anyhow, welcome to my basement. If we kind of stand in the middle here. Actually, never mind, I had a roof to my house, so that doesn't really work. I did this kind of cool design on the floor. I really like the... This is right when the update came out with the coal and redstone blocks. And I really liked the textures, and I thought they went really well together. So I kind of designed this kind of star-shaped with the stairs and stuff. I really like how this turned out. You used to be able to see up above since there was sky there. You used to be able to see better, but you can still see pretty well. It's also interesting that in Minecraft, like in real life, the way cones and rods work, I guess, you can see farther out of the corner of your eye than like just straight on. And so it's kind of like the same thing in Minecraft. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like you can't see the corner there.
but now you totally can. Kind of interesting. This is my storage room. I am like a massive storer, and I usually don't do massive sorting systems like this, but I really like them, and I've been really diligent with keeping up on this, so, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like, this is animal organic stuff, this is like nasty stuff, and then this is like organic non-animal stuff, and flowers, because those aren't organic and non-animal. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I guess that's what matters, right? Bunch of furnaces, a lot of branch mining, I guess you call it. Good stuff like that. We can hop up top. I kind of went for a more modern aesthetic for my place. And you know what? I don't really do modern aesthetics. This is the first time I've ever done it, but I nailed it. First of all, let's explain the pranks here. I should have started at the bottom. I'm so sorry. This whole episode's a mess. It's like explaining everything at once is really hard to do. So my sister, Alyssa, left us a Frozen prank off the movie. So this is not a horse, it's a reindeer. And it's for me, silly. You so silly. Yes, and the minecarts, you just right click to go up them. Crush, get off. That's been there for a long time, and man, I love them so much. Love is an open door, but you have so much more. Hey, who needs love? You got Minecraft, man. Let it go. Let us know you can't hold it back anymore. There's a snowball and snow and stuff, so that's good stuff. And then, also, look up. And then, I don't know how many blocks on me. I guess I can end a pearl up there. It says First Day Christmas, and it's got like a... How could I forget the song? Burn a tree on the first day of Christmas. What, a pheasant? A peach tree? I don't remember. That's really bad. Got all my wolves here. We need to build a doghouse. Real fast. I'm sorry. This is the elongated tour of explaining everything. Message board, FAQ, compass, clock, map of the area. So that's the house. This is kind of like where the message board is. I kind of made 2 guest houses so far. I'm going to probably put another one up here. And I'm just trying to keep with this building style. I really like how it turned out. It's not like ultra modern, but it's still modern, if that doesn't really make sense. I really just loved the quartz and the clay, and I really liked how the orange went with this. And I was like, I can't really do contemporary cottage with that. Then the freaking stained glass is beautiful. I cannot just like not use stained glass. It's like freaking double negatives, man. It's like normal glass looks stupid now, but this is so freaking clear, like you can actually like see through it. I better go sleep. Be right back. Okay, continuing on. Over this way, we're just at the guest houses over there. Over this way, I'm gonna do like a nice little path here. I'm not quite sure I want to do it, because I think a modern area definitely needs a path, but I'm not 100% I want to do it right now. Here is a wonderful bridge. I'm really happy with how all this turned out. Like, it's not like I look at this and I'm just like, that is the most amazing build I've ever done, or amazing build ever. I'm not a great builder, but I do like how this turned out. Like, it's just very pleasant to me. Just kind of, I don't know, it works with me. Here's a lighthouse my sister, Alyssa Candy, made for us. She's actually on the server right now. I really like this freaking combo of the quartz and the orange glass. Not the orange glass, orange clay, silly. I'm not happy with the lighting, and I'm not really necessarily happy with the stairwells either. I really need to do work here. It's running, okay. And the coolest thing is, you can do stair parkour. No, you can actually see the lighthouse work. Oh yeah. Look at that, man. So beautiful. So beautiful. So that about wraps it up for my base. We'll definitely be doing some projects over here. I want to get like an enchanting room in. I want a good doghouse. A couple things. But I think that about wraps it up. So I think I found a fun project to start. So I will go ahead and roll that clip. Welcome to Tamriel, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had this brilliant idea. I'll be rolling clips so you know of a previous recording session. I lost the audio, so I'm just going to kind of recap while showing you the old clips. We found this plains, and I was like, hey, this is pretty flat. We should do something cool here. And I was like, wouldn't it be fun if we had like arena to duel in and stuff? Like, hey, that's chill, right? So then I had the great idea, because me and my friend were talking, Josh. We were like, hey, how cool would it be to do like the Imperial City of Tamriel? Like it's from the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's a kind of a really cool city. It's like circular, 6 different districts. Like, a really cool place, right? Okay, so we're like, let's build it on these plains. And so we flattened so much, and we have like these haste 2 beacons, and then if you have efficiency up to a certain number, I think for stone it's like 5, but I think for dirt you need less. You can do this instant mine, right? So we start clearing out like this. Oof, that's fun. Dang it. So we start clearing out this plains, right? And we're like, oh, do you think this is big enough? So we start laying down stone in like these little, I'll fix this later, in these like straight lines out. And we get to 56 and we're like, okay, this is about all we can go before we start like hanging over there and hitting there and hitting there. That side's pretty good for days. But then we kind of pillar up. Grab some dirt actually real fast. I can kind of pillar up and show you it's not really that big. And so we kind of had a meeting and we decided, hey, you know, this is not going to be possible without spending hours because this is like probably 4 hours of flattening, but like 4 hours of 3 people flattening like constantly with efficiency and haste and instant mine and replacing like the stone so it's all grassy, and it's like, and it looks big and it is big, but it's not big enough. So we kind of counseled together and decided, you know what, we gotta build it in an ocean. And as lame as that is, in the next update there's an enchantment called Depth Strider. That's just right next to village. There's an enchantment called Depth Strider that lets you basically not be affected by water, which is really nice, but there's just no way we're not building it there, because it would take way too long to flatten it to the size we want. So unfortunately I had to push, kind of hold that project until later, because 56, I guess that would be radius. Yes, I think it's the radius. 56 is just simply not big enough, and that is hard. So yeah, I think we'll finish up with the building of the horse stables and then we'll call it there. So see you then. Alrighty then, on to the stable building. So first of all, let's talk about how this works. So a mob that is a horse, they're 2 blocks tall. Most mobs are 2 blocks tall. Then they're also, I believe, technically 2 blocks wide. And so they've got, how do you say, when they look to see where they can go, they always look to see if they can move there before they try to move there. And so that way they're not constantly running into walls. Kind of makes sense, right? So the whole idea of this farm, let me just rip this one out real fast. These little half slabs. The whole thing that makes this farm work is not farm. Why did we freaking say farm? It's not a farm. It's a freaking horse stable. Jeez. So the thing about this is it's 2 blocks tall. So they're like, hey, you know, 2.5 blocks tall. So they're like, hey, I can walk out of this, no problem. And they do. And we don't want them walking out, because really they can walk out, because I mean, there's just enough space with the half slabs. It's just how it works. They have enough space too. But with a certain design, and I did not make this, credits on the screen to who did, and link to their video in the description, because I do not remember now, and I'm sorry for that, but it's up on the screen. You see it now. The idea of this farm is mobs see blocks as a whole, not as an individual, if that kind of makes sense. I think they fixed it with fences, but a lot of times mobs would try to jump over fences even though they can't, and they think Mojang fixed that. They did, but I think it was... forget it. When they see half blocks, they think, okay, that's a block, and they envision it like this, and so they're like block, block, block. Same with the ones back there, but that's not important, because even with the block, you can still walk. And then these half slabs, they think, okay, this is a block, so it's like block, block, block. It's like, you can't get through there, so they're like, I might as well not try, right? Makes sense. But with the trickery of half slabs, they think the blocks are there, just like you saw them, but really they can walk right out. So as long as they don't push each other, which is why we keep them separated like this, they should never ever ever walk out. So, and these things are really simple to build too. They're really easy. So, and of course all you really need is like I'm guessing a 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and then a half slab, and then a half slab. But I'm going to show you how I did it. So I guess we really don't need any block down here, but just keep baby pigmen from spawning. Man, that threw a loophole in so many things, man. As soon as mobs could spawn in one high spaces, those babies, man, they mess everything up. Oof. So I'm just gonna lay this out real fast. Get the little cells, I guess, ready for the horses. That sounded really evil, man. So then I'm gonna use fences to separate them. You could do full block if you want to make a single one of these, whatever. And most of this is just decoration at this point. I mean, there's not much to it. So, but there's a little bit of trickery that's nice to see. Let's light this place up so we don't get any. I guess pigmen don't really need light, but I think zombies can spawn if there's light. But I think that's only if you have pigmen. I'm not sure. I'm not really that good at nether spawning stuff. So here's kind of my contribution to the build. Since I think his example is more outdoors-ish, mine is more indoors, and I realized I was hitting the ceiling oftentimes. You know what? I don't have a silk touch on me, dang it. I gotta make this pretty, actually. So here's the deal. When you hop off the horse's head, we'll have to fix that later. When you hop off the horse's head, your head will be in the ceiling, and that means you would take damage, and damage ticks are kind of really annoying. And so I'm kind of just going to carve out the ceiling really brutally. First world problems, man. Pig is too fast for netherrack. I'm going to carve out the ceiling. Attempt, if I can, to kind of fill this up. Let me do that real quick. Okay, I'll fill in those gaps later. The idea here is when you hop off the horse, since you'll be a block above like this, and then if the ceiling is here, when you hop off you go up a block, so your head will be in the ceiling. And damage ticks are kind of annoying. I mean, it's not brutally annoying, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this area with glass just right above the spawning cells, and so that way when you hop off, hey, stop dancing, you silly block. And then we don't need it over the fences, of course, because you're not going to hop out there. But that way when you hop out, you won't take damage ticks, and then the reason why I replace the netherrack with the birch is so that way it doesn't look like a flash of red, if that kind of makes sense. I'll grab a horse and show you in a second. So now we have the half slab here, which we can imagine, we'll just set up the center one for an example block, is like this, right? And the horses still think they can jump up and get out, and so we need a half slab right here up all on this roof just to make it look nice and even with a little bit of depth, and we'll fill in like this little set area, and then they'll see the block like this and they'll be like, yep, there's no way to get out. So pretty simple, man. I really, when I saw this, it was like, freaking dang, because you can just run them right in and call it good, no hassles, and they're really accessible, so I like that. No redstone too, so I mean, as much as I freaking love redstone, and I do, it's like sometimes things get updated and they're changed or they're finicky, and so sometimes when you see a situation like that with the horses, it's just nice to know that, hey, you know, this will never go wrong unless horses get really smart all of a sudden. So this is my favorite horse. He's super speedy. Found him wild too. Good amount of hearts, man. He's not a really good jumper, that's the one thing, but still. So the idea here is you park him in. Now sometimes you can hit him out, so if they're like right here, you get out, sometimes you push them up. But as you saw the glass right there too, I kind of just go in the corner, get off. No damage. You saw that we were a little bit in the ceiling there, but nothing too bad. And again with the glass. So then boom, you're out. You're done. You're going to the portal. You come back, you go in, grab your horse, off you go, man. Easy as that. Easy as that. Looks like she wants to sleep, but I'm in the net, so that works perfect. So that's about it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain everything at once. I think I've almost got everything explained. There's only like one more area maybe, and then other people's bases and stuff. Nothing too bad. So after that, I think these episodes will flow more naturally, but thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.